Copy that.
As the experiment begins, Steve Hawk monitors the audio from the lab.
We're going to investigate around you. We're going to be up in the balcony. We're going to be doing audio. We're going to be doing visuals, and then we'll see if we get anything after that. Okay, so we're going to need y'all to quiet down so we can begin the experiment. You want to turn these lights off?
EVP session, number 1, second night. We got all these people here, waiting for a show. Let's go, Johnny. What are you doing at the Granbury Opera House? We think we got a rise out of you last night. Some heavy questioning, some interrogation. You didn't like it? Is your name John St. Helens? Johnny, you disappoint me. You're a sellout. You did it for the money? The entire time you were worried about that rope around your neck. Once federal marshals caught up with you. Because Barry, something just walked by the door. Barry, where? Where'd it go? I think it ducked up to the balcony. It was solid movement. Come on, John. Got a feeling I'm starting to piss you off. You don't kill a president. I never liked you, even when I was a kid. So if you're mad at me, you come up and do something about it. Make yourself known. So if you're mad at me, you come up and do something about it. Let's go. Make yourself known.
Okay, everyone take notes.
Left, Brett.
Brett left.
Yeah, I found an EVP. You need to check it out.
Copy that, Steve. We'll be right there.
While Barry clears out the crowd, Brad goes into the lab to listen to what Steve Hawk may have found.
Okay, that's it. I'm giving you what you were saying, and then I'm giving you the EVP immediately after.
Oh my God! You are not gonna believe this. Get Barry in here. Where's Barry? Oh my God! You are not gonna believe this. You are not gonna believe this. Get Barry in here. Shut it up. Sign it out. We got John Wilkes Booth. No. I'm gonna let me hear. I'm Wilkes Booth. I'm Wilkes Booth. I'm Wilkes Booth. Holy.
That's exactly what it says. Dead on.
Buried within the ambient noise and barely discernible to the human ear, the team has pulled out a startling EVP, one they believe could be a ghostly admission.
Make yourself known.
I'm John Wilkes.
I'm John. Did you get a John in there?
There's a John.
Yes, I hear it. Oh my God! You come up and do something about it. Make yourself known. All right. So everyone took notes, right? So we didn't know this happened until, we didn't get privy to watch the episodes as they were being edited. When Barry and I were sitting down at our house when this came on Thursday nights on Discovery, we would watch it just like everybody else would. And between the commercials, we call each other and say, what the hell did they just do?
Okay.
Now, the Yes, I'm John Wilkes Booth, 100%. That was an EVP that was pulled out of there. That is 100%, okay? The way this was portrayed was not exactly, and we caught hell for it, but here's the reason.
So you gotta remember, the production crew is trying to tell a story. We're trying to do the paranormal investigating. We have to match somehow. We have to marry the two. And sometimes they don't match up very well. So in the episode, you saw how the crowd came in, and we had a little stage performance, and we caught the EVP. That's not true. What happened was, and this is like I said, after we watched it, this is what it came out. That experiment, our experiment we did with the crowd, was the second night. Okay, that was the very second night we were trying to get stuff. The first night is the time that Brad recorded the EVP. We didn't know it yet. We didn't know we had the EVP. We recorded it the first night. All that up in the balcony was holding the gun. That's from the first night. It's me, Brad, and Steve Harris were up there.
So what happened was, you saw that we were in the crowd, and I said, Barry, I think I see someone, which this really happened. And we ran out. That was their way of transitioning us from going to where the crowd was to where the balcony was the night before, where there was no one in the place.
You can see the crowd looking up at us, and then they just transitioned all that to look, we're upstairs during the second night, which we were.
So all that thermal, when I had the gun and everything, that was from night one when we got the EVP. Now, remember Steve Hawk was in the lab listening? When we were doing that experiment, he was in the lab listening, but he was listening to the audio from the night before. He wasn't listening to what was going on in the auditorium. And that's what they announced, is that while Steve Hawk is monitoring the situation in the theater, that's not what he was doing. He was listening to all the audio, trying to catch up from the night before. The experiment with all the people, it was a bust. Nothing happened. We didn't catch anything during that experiment. But the way they tell us, they said, because we call the producers and say, what the hell were you doing? What the hell were you thinking? Well, we have to have the experiment kind of work. So, you know, it's okay because you still got the EVP, it's just we rearrange things. Well, here's the deal. We caught hell on social media for it the next day, because guess what? Everybody said, well, that could have been someone in the audience.
Someone in the crowd said it. Someone in the crowd said it. Well, there was no crowd. There was me
There
and
was
Brad,
no crowd there.
Steve Harris, and the camera guys. And like Brad said, we got email after email after email. So we called productions like, you can't do this. I understand your job, but you know, it's so much cooler the way it happened. Just play it out the way it happens. And they did this over and over and over during Ghost Lab. And finally, towards the end, they kind of got it right. But that when Steve Hawk found the EVP from the night before, he is listening. He did call us. Hey, Brad, Beer, I got EVP. We went out there. That reaction you saw, that was 1,000% genuine. We were like, tear up all the history books. Write another one. We just found John Wilkes Booth. The assassination is all just a big conspiracy. I mean, we were running through the streets, just going nuts. That was real. And like I said, the night it appeared, the first, well, it was, played out when we got to that part. What the? It's like, what did they do? And soon after, here come the emails. And so we had to deal with that a lot when you're dealing with a reality, television show. Because we sign a contract, you do your preliminary.
We still might be under some sort of non-disclosure.
We don't give a crap.
I don't give a fuck.
So as you can tell, we don't care what happens. But we get asked all the time, like, what was this? What was that? So we're telling you now that I'm telling you all the other shows that are out there, same thing happens as them a lot. What you see on TV is not always what happened. Unfortunately for us, not one, not a half, not nothing has ever been faked on Ghost Lab. Nothing. Except the rearranging of stories did happen on Ghost Lab. And, that's just their job, unfortunately.
But that gets us to the next story, which this